What is the difference between first generation and second generation oracles? Yeah, so great question, because even first generation oracles are fairly new. It was really Chainlink during, I'd say, the DeFi boom 2019 was when it really hit the scene as a normal part of the blockchain vocabulary. A standard oracle takes data off chain and brings it on chain. You can think of it kind of like, imagine if you have a building, a skyscraper, and this thing is locked tight. I mean, it is hurricane proof, earthquake proof, tornado proof, indestructible. But it can't access everything outside. That's how it's able to stay so safe. So there needs to be a way to be able to somehow penetrate this impenetrable wall that the building provides to be able to get information, let's say a letter, a physical envelope inside. So you can consider what an oracle does is it's able to take something from the outside and bring it inside in a manner that works properly. It gets way more technical than that, but I think that was a new description. I hope that sounds nice. A Generation 2 oracle, on the other hand, it's not just about data extraction, data retrieval, we could call it, and then putting it on chain. A Generation 2 oracle is actually doing analysis. So whenever a Gen 1 oracle is pulling information, that's only at that moment in time. So it can tell you what the price of Bitcoin is right now, but it's not going to tell you what the average price of Bitcoin has been over the last 2 weeks versus the last 4 weeks, whatever other data types you might want to dive deep into. So it's something where a Generation 2 oracle is a system that is using some type of a automated machine learning process. And it is not just pulling data off chain, it's running analytics and machine learning systems on this off-chain data. Where this is especially useful is for data that is natively on blockchain. Because even though blockchains can have some levels of connection, like through bridges and such, the thing is there's a lot of different data types, and it gets very, very geeky, but you can consider it, they just speak different languages. They're not able to connect. So to have machine learning systems that are natively optimized to speak each of those languages, that are able to process the data in a way that is verifiably secure. So within machine learning, typically it can be a black box, or it can be very difficult, not describe, but to prove, there we go, to validate how this insight came together. So if you just go to a website, connect to an API, you might have no idea where that data is coming from, which makes it risky and difficult to build an application on top of, especially one for blockchain that's typically used to manage billions of dollars. On the other hand, with Kylin, our entire focus is data validation. It's literally what the blockchain is optimized for. While Polkadot is like an outsourced security blockchain, Kylin is a data blockchain, specifically data validation, to make sure the data is correct, to make sure it's secure, and to provide a marketplace that can give people options in order to be able to decentralize the power that data has within it. So what we've been working with and what we've found a way to do is to not just run machine learning insights, which is something that college kids can do nowadays, so that's not the most revolutionary thing, but a way to be able to show, well, what algorithm is being used? Why did that algorithm get chosen? And how accurate and how frequently is this algorithm correct? How often is it wrong? These types of insights are extraordinarily important for a blockchain application or a blockchain network. So a Generation 2 oracle is able to do all of that, where the simple answer is it's still pulling a data point of a machine learning insight, but it's validating how that data came up to be. Hope that helps, my friend.